Good morning, you guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. I hope you guys are having an amazing Wednesday morning. I have a beautiful cup of hot tea this morning, and it is everything that I need it to be. It's chamomile and passion flower that my husband brewed for me, and we love him for it. Love him. We also have our crispy ice water because we're a hydrated queen. Yes, we are. Thanks for sticking it out with me when I haven't been feeling like myself here lately. I truly appreciate that from you guys. I cannot believe it's the end of February, though. Can you believe we are at the end of February? It's bananas to me. I have read 12 books this month, but this month is going to go down as one of the best read months of the year. I'm calling it right now. I have how many 5-star plus reads? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like 5, possibly 6 5-star plus reads this month out of 12. And the rest of them, there were only maybe like 2 that I didn't love. I read so many really good books this month. This will forever be known as the month that I read The Hollow Vows and Twisted Bonds, which I absolutely loved. You can go see my video on that one. This will forever be known as the month that I discovered Al Kennedy, you guys. I had never read Al Kennedy until February of 2024. And now, as you will see, I can't stop. I'm binging. Went and bought her newest book, but I'm first binging the Off-Campus series before I read that book. And then hopefully it'll be time for the second book in the Graham Effect series to come out. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I will talk more about that as we're reading through these books. Let me drop my little graph in here real quick of all the books that I read, all 12, and then we'll come back and we'll dive into them a little bit. All right, so 12 books, not bad for a 28-day month, 29 days. I think there's 29 in February. But yeah, for the fact that I wasn't feeling really well, etc., I read 12 books. I'm happy with it. First book that started off our month is the epic House of Flame and Shadow. I have my list behind me on my computer screen, so that's why if you keep seeing me kind of look over there. House of Flame and Shadow, which was long awaited. I love this book. I gave it 5-star plus. I know a lot of people are critiquing it. I absolutely loved it. Like, absolutely loved this book. I'm a Rune Danon girl, though, and I got a lot of really good Rune and Lydia content, and even just Rune content. There were so many moments that made me laugh out loud when Rune had to chew off his hand, and when somebody chewed off Rune's hand, and then they're escaping, and I forget who it is that sees him, but one of his buddies sees him, and he's like, "What the fuck happened to your hand?" Just the way it's like this tense scene of them trying to escape with Lydia, and then you hear, "What the fuck did you do to your hand?" Oh god, that made me laugh so hard in like a really tense kind of escaping adventure scene. Plain Bad Heroines was the second book that I read. It's by Emily M. Danforth. This one was only a 3-star for me. So here's the deal. I had seen this book on TikTok and somebody was like, "Oh my god, it's my favorite book ever." And I knew it was kind of like horror, gothic, LGBTQ. I knew that it was a little bit like outside of the range that I normally read. I do like gothic fiction, but I knew it was a little bit outside of the range that I would normally read. And it just wasn't for me. I didn't super connect with it. I do think it's a good book, which is why I gave it a whole 3 stars. But it just wasn't my favorite thing that I read this month, and it was a little bit slow for me. And I don't know, I just didn't connect with any of the characters. That's just me personally. I'm not saying it's a bad book. If you like gothic fiction, if you like horror, if you like, it's not even really horror. I don't know what to call it, honestly. Plain bad heroines. It is just kind of like a creepy story. I don't know. It was good, but it wasn't outstanding or great or anything to write home about compared to some of the other things that I really, really enjoyed this month. So that's why it got a 3 from me. Next up is A Friend in the Dark. It's a thriller. It was good. It was a quick read. I think I gave it, sorry, I keep looking over, 4 stars. I gave that one 4 stars. It was a good quick read. It's about a woman who gets a stalker, and because she's going through a divorce and she's like trying to reconnect with a high school buddy, he turns out to be crazy. It's a lot going on, but A Friend in the Dark, it was good. Who is it by? It's by Samantha M. Bailey. So I gave it 4 stars because I did read it really quickly, enjoyed it. It wasn't like a bad read by any force of the imagination. It just wasn't my favorite thing I've ever read. So yeah, 4 stars. Good little thriller. Kept me on my toes. Kind of figured out what was going on pretty early on, but nothing crazy. Next up, though, is one of my 5-star reads. This is not a 5-star plus. It was 5. It's the one that could probably be 5-star plus if I wanted it to be. And that's Bride by Ali Hazelwood. It is Ali Hazelwood's first little toe into supernatural romance, and I really loved this book. Is it a little tropey? Is it a little cringy? Yes, but if you like werewolf and vampire stuff, you're probably gonna like this. I've seen so many TikToks laughing about the knot, and I'm like, yeah, but unfortunately, it is a trope within werewolf books. So, you know, I didn't think she like overdid it. It was good. I liked it. Bride by Ali Hazelwood. I gave 5 stars because I like Ali Hazelwood's writing. Is Ali Hazelwood's writing for every person that's ever lived? No, of course not. But I definitely enjoyed the shit out of it. So it got 5 stars from me. Immortal Longings by Chloe Gong. I had really high hopes for this one. It came from my Christmas haul, so it was on the shelves there behind me. And I had really, really high hopes for it. And it just kind of fell a little flat for me. Ended up giving it a 4. So it wasn't a 5-star read, but it wasn't like horrible, obviously. I gave it 4 stars. But it just didn't impress me as much as I had kind of wanted it to. There's a lot of world building that I think still needs to be done in that book. It kind of jumped straight into some situations. Essentially, this book is about a competition, and this competition is held. You get to be like the right hand of the king if you're the last to survive. They're killing each other. You can also body jump. There's a lot going on, and I just feel like it was a little short for everything that was going on. It needed some more in-depth work. That's my personal opinion. So Immortal Longings by Chloe Gong got a 4-star for me this month. Then we read a really cute book that was a surprise for me, which was Dungeons and Drama by Christy Boyce. It is YA. It is about a girl in high school who is having some trouble in school, and her mom makes her go volunteer at her dad's gaming shop. Essentially, it's like gaming and cards and things like that. And her parents are divorced, and she's not real close with her dad, but she kind of falls in love with gaming and those kind of things through helping out at the shop. And her mom is like, you know, it's just a coming of age story, but also finding yourself. She also falls in love with D&D thanks to a group there, a boy who works at her dad's shop who's close with their dad, who she goes to school with. They fall in love. It's a cute little YA story. I enjoyed it. It made me laugh quite a few times. If you play Dungeons and Dragons, I recommend it to you. It's a cute book. So there you are with that one. Then we have 2 more of my 5-star plus reads in The Hollow Vows and These Twisted Bonds. Both are by Lexi Ryan. I have a whole video on these books, so go watch it if you are into finding out more about these books. They are phenomenal. They are considered YA, but they are like right there on the edge of YA and adults. They're fantasy romance, fae, why choose, kind of like, in the end she makes a choice, but she's kind of flip-flopping between two princes. They're just very, very good. They're fae fantasy romance. If you like fae fantasy romance, you will like these books. Strong female character in fiction, like fantasy fiction. Highly recommend them, because you guys know that's my favorite genre, is like romantasy with a strong female heroine who saves the boys' asses. That is my favorite genre right now. So both of those were 5-star plus. Another 5-star plus was my first Elle Kennedy read, and that was The Graham Effect. You guys, I wish I could describe to you how much I loved this book, how much it made me laugh out loud, how much it made me kick my feet, how much it made me squee. I have a whole video on this Graham Effect book, but yeah, it really, really did it for me, really knocked my boots off, if you would, and that is why I gave it 5-star plus, and that is also why I started binging all of Elle Kennedy's work, because I found out that she had a whole series called Off Campus, that has to do with like the parents from The Graham Effect. So yeah, I definitely am binging my way through that series. It's so good. After that, though, I took a little break from Elle Kennedy and read The Fury by Alex Michaelides. I'm wondering if I shouldn't have. So The Fury was just not great for me. It fell really flat. I gave it a 2-star. The premise of it, very Agatha Christie, very Island. Somebody gets murdered. Who did it? Very Ruth Ware, if you're looking for somebody more like current to compare it to. But it just fell really flat for me compared to his other two bodies of work that I've read. I've read Alex Michaelides' The Maidens and Silent Patient, and loved both of those books. So I was really, really surprised that The Fury just fell as flat as it did for me. I did finish it. It was a 2-star read. I wish I could get that day and a half of my life back. I'm being honest. It just wasn't great. Then we jumped right back into Elle Kennedy because I needed something to get me back on the reading train. And we started with the off-campus series, which is The Deal. So The Deal was the first book that I read back on the Elle Kennedy train. And it was a 5-star plus read for me. So freaking funny, so cute. It is about Gigi from the Graham Effect's parents, how they met back at Breyer University back in the day. These books, the off-campus ones, came out in like 2014, 2015, and Gigi's books are coming out currently. So there's a time jump in between them. But I wanted to go back and read off-campus because I hadn't read that series. And it didn't bother me to have read Gigi's story and then go back and read her parents. It didn't bother me at all. So, The Deal, and then I just last night finished The Mistake, which is one of Gigi's dad, Graham's teammates' story. And I'm getting ready to start reading The Score, because that's Dean's book, another book from the hockey teammate of Gigi's dad. Yeah, I'm absolutely loving the series. It's super fun. It's super cute. Funny in points. I definitely enjoy laughing out loud at points. And yeah, I just really, really love those. But yeah, that is all 12 books that I read this month. Whew. Lot. I read some really good ones that are going to stick with me this month, or this year, I feel like, throughout the whole year. I don't know that I've read my absolute favorite book of the year yet. I know that I've said that a couple of them were really high for me. But right now, nothing is like screaming at me, favorite book of the year. Maybe A Study in Drowning, but I don't know yet. We're not there yet. So yeah, I love you guys so much. I will see you on Saturday with a new video. I may have Elle Kennedy's newest to review. I also got the Leigh Bardugo book, Ninth House. So I'm planning to read that this week too. So that may be your Saturday review. But I love you guys so much. I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your week. And yeah, like, subscribe, share, do all the things. I appreciate it. Talk to you later.